The old grandfather clock chimed 8 times. 4 friends huddled around a flickering candle. It was their Friday night ritual, sharing stories, dreams, and fears.
Sarah, the artist, doodled in her worn-out sketchbook.
Michael, the athlete, bounced a basketball, his eyes gleaming with restless energy.
Emily, the writer, stared out the window, lost in thought.
And then there was Daniel, the quiet observer, his gaze flitting between his friends and the dusty bookshelves lining the attic room. This attic, a place of forgotten treasures, belonged to Daniel's grandfather, a collector of strange and wonderful artifacts. Tonight, the air crackled with an unusual energy, a sense of anticipation that had nothing to do with their usual Friday night routine. As the candlelight danced in their eyes, they shared their usual jokes and stories, but an unspoken question lingered in the air. What adventure awaited them tonight?
I found something interesting today, Daniel announced, breaking the comfortable silence.
He pulled out a leather-bound book from a dusty chest, its cover devoid of any markings. The book seemed to pulse with a faint inner light, drawing their attention like moths to a flame. Curiosity bubbled in their chests, momentarily overshadowing their usual Friday night conversations.
What is it? Sarah asked, her fingers itching to sketch the book's strange aura.
They had never seen this book before in their numerous explorations of the attic. It radiated an alluring energy, beckoning them closer. Daniel, usually calm and collected, seemed captivated by the book, his fingers tracing its smooth, cool surface.
I don't know, Daniel admitted, his voice hushed with awe. But I think it's magical.
He carefully opened the book, revealing pages filled with swirling script and intricate diagrams. The language was unfamiliar, ancient, yet it seemed to whisper to them, calling them by names they didn't recognize. As they leaned closer, the air grew thick with the scent of cinnamon and old parchment. The book, titled, spoke of a world woven from dreams, a place where imagination reigned supreme. It described a hidden portal activated by a specific incantation that could transport them to this fantastical realm. Intrigued and a little scared, they felt an irresistible pull towards the unknown. The book promised them a chance to confront their deepest desires and darkest fears, a challenge that resonated with their adventurous spirits.
Do you think it's real? Michael asked, his usual bravado tinged with uncertainty.
He, who never backed down from a challenge, seemed hesitant, his eyes darting between the cryptic symbols and his friends' faces. The air thrummed with nervous energy, a mixture of fear and excitement that sent shivers down their spines. They knew venturing into the unknown could be dangerous, but the allure of the dreamscape proved too strong to resist.
There's only one way to find out, Emily said, her voice barely a whisper.
Her usual pensiveness was replaced by an uncharacteristic impulsiveness. The book had awakened something within them, a thirst for adventure that overshadowed any fear. With a shared look, a silent agreement passed between them. They would face this challenge together, bound by their friendship and the promise of the unknown. Daniel, his fingers tracing the strange symbols, began to read the incantation aloud. The words felt ancient, powerful, resonating in the silence of the attic. The air shimmered and swirled around them, the candlelight bending and distorting. A wave of dizziness washed over them, and the attic around them dissolved into a kaleidoscope of colors and shapes. They landed on soft, dew-kissed grass, the air alive with the sound of birdsong and the sweet fragrance of unknown flowers. Gone was the dusty attic. In its place stretched a vibrant meadow, bathed in the golden light of a double sun. Towering trees, their leaves shimmering with iridescent hues, reached towards the sky. The world pulsed with an energy they could feel in their very bones, a symphony of life unlike anything they had ever experienced.
Where are we? Sarah breathed, her eyes wide with wonder.
The world shimmered and shifted around them, a testament to the boundless power of imagination. Fear and excitement warred within her as she took in the alien beauty of their surroundings. The air hummed with unseen energy, filling them with a sense of both exhilaration and trepidation.
I think, Daniel said, his voice filled with awe, we're in the dreamscape.
His gaze swept over the impossible landscape, taking in the vibrant flora and the creatures that flitted through the undergrowth, creatures seemingly spun from pure imagination. A strange sense of peace settled over them, a feeling of coming home after a long journey, even though they knew they were far from it. But as the initial wonder faded, a chilling realization dawned upon them. They had no idea how to get back. The dreamscape, a reflection of their deepest desires and fears, began to shift, separating them, pulling them towards individual destinies. Sarah found herself in a world of shadows and whispers, her every fear taking shape around her. Grotesque figures born of her artistic anxieties stalked her through the ever-shifting landscape. Canvases morphed into menacing landscapes, and her own charcoal sketches sprung to life, taunting her with her deepest insecurities. Each step she took was fraught with terror, the ground beneath her feet constantly shifting, threatening to swallow her whole. The air grew thick with the scent of damp earth and decaying leaves, suffocating her with every breath. The whispers intensified, swirling around her, mocking her, amplifying every doubt she harbored about her talent.
This is just a dream, she muttered to herself, her voice trembling.
But the dreamscape felt terrifyingly real, her every sense assaulted by the manifestations of her fears. The ground beneath her feet crumbled, sending her tumbling into a bottomless abyss. As she fell, she realized with chilling certainty that this was no ordinary dream. It was a reflection of her deepest self, and she was trapped within its terrifying embrace. The world spun around her, a chaotic whirlwind of her own making. Sarah closed her eyes, bracing for the inevitable impact, but instead of pain, she felt a strange sense of calm settle over her. Opening her eyes, she found herself facing a mirror, its surface reflecting a distorted version of herself, a manifestation of her deepest fears and insecurities. This, she realized, was the true challenge, to confront the darkness within and emerge stronger on the other side.